Multitasking occurs when a person performs several tasks or activities at the same time. For example, people who text while driving are multitasking. This phenomenon has its advantages and disadvantages, and we will talk about them in detail later. Nowadays, more and more people multitask because most of us own a very powerful tool, a smartphone, and we believe that we can do other activities while using our phone at the same time. Previous research has been done addressing three very important points. Number 1, the effects of multitasking on the human brain. Number 2, reasons why people multitask. And lastly, the possibility of a person to be a good multitasker. Multitasking is a huge concern in today's society because people engage in this activity more often than ever without realizing how it affects the processes that undergo in the human brain. One of the big effects that multitasking has on the human brain is that when people multitask, they are less able to recall the information that was presented to them while multitasking. For instance, when a college student is studying for a test while texting and watching television, they are less able to recall the information they studied on the day of the test than if they just concentrated on studying the material. This happens because the brain is not able to multitask. The actual process of the brain while a person is multitasking is that it is switching from one activity to the other, and so on. The brain is not doing multiple activities at the same time, but it will start a brand new activity and stop the previous one altogether, which will cause your brain to lose memory on the activity that has suddenly stopped. Multitasking not only affects short-term memory and long-term memory, but it also slows down performance, meaning that it will take you longer to finish a task if you multitask than if you did not. Other studies have suggested that it not only causes people to perform slower, but it also produces higher amounts of pressure, which leads to higher levels of stress. This self-produced stress can result in deleterious damage to brain regions such as the hippocampus. If the hippocampus gets damaged, a person may have difficulty to acquire new skills and facts. People enjoy multitasking for various reasons, one of them being that it makes them feel emotionally satisfied from their work. Many people think they do better when they listen to music while performing some other task, but in fact they do worse. People often misperceive productivity with the positive feelings they get from multitasking. These type of people opt for multitasking to have more fun, and also people who engage more in multitasking are those who get distracted more easily. Studies have shown that people who engage less at multitasking think they are bad at it, and those who engage more at multitasking think they are gifted at it. People cannot get better or worse at multitasking. You can either be born with this ability or not at all. The chance for someone to be gifted with the ability of multitasking is very rare. 2% of people are born with the ability to multitask, and the other 98% are just lessening their memory and performance. In fact, women are considered to be better multitaskers than men, but this does not mean they are good multitaskers. And, despite what people think, you can never get better with practice. Consequently, people will never be good multitaskers if they were not born with the ability. Remember that multitasking will always lead to poor performance, and if you choose to not multitask, your brain will not be able to work better at recalling information and performance.
We're to speak about mono when the numbers of possibilities is so huge. Turning your digital senses totally off. Find your monotask spot within the multitasking world. Thank you.